making the
It's
jumps.
doing the thing. The things is jumping.
Yeah,
The
no
the
kizzy,
vocals is coming through.
no
Just saying,
kizzy.
I'm here. I'm double mic'd. That
Damn,
sound wild.
double my yeah,
I ain't
it's
gonna say what it
crazy.
sound wild, man. I'm childish at times. I'm here with an individual, man.
Oh, we just started.
You know, I'm here with an individual, man.
It's me.
Cause I am
He
a guy
is.
from a place.
Yes.
Charm City Bipper, Keith Vandal. Marquise is the name my mama blessed me with.
Brrr.
I'm here with Carter God,
Scar.
uh,
Scar baby.
artist,
Trying to take my flag off.
hooper,
That's what I do.
producer, an engineer, a fashion man. You know,
You know.
a father to some of y'all because y'all be acting.
Mm.
A guy who
And I
is
don't owe child support.
also from a place.
I'm from the same place.
Individual is on lookout with Keith the Vandal.
Yes.
I'm a guy from a place. Keith the
Mhm.
Vandal, he is this artist, you know, and he makes musics with this guy.
Great music.
Great music.
Motherfuckers.
So things you got to look out for.
Mm-hmm.
We are here in a time with minds and just life to give. Carter God.
Yes.
So you have a new single out?
I do.
Yes.
I have a single out with K. Dot Woods. Been out for like a week now. Oh, wait, it's been out for actually since the 29th. You know what I mean? So just a different little vibe, a little bit of, I like to switch it up. I like to make some different shit.
Yes.
And it's a heater. Put that bitch in your car. Turn the speakers up. You feel me?
Yes.
The
So
mix is good. It's great.
and it's
Great
like
mix.
a feeling, a vibe. Um, I'm thinking about because I listened to it and rocked out to it, and I was about to post something, but then I was like, my kids still follow me. My kids
Yeah,
from my
it's a
school
lot of
still follow.
what's your policy on cussing on here?
It's a mix. You are an artist, so you have liberty.
Okay.
Not mother lovers too
Right.
much.
Okay.
You know, we might have a
The
mother
strong
lover,
ones
a passionate
keep the
mother.
strong ones down.
Yeah, the strong
Okay.
ones. You know, but
Right.
certain things get said when things get said.
Yeah. Well, the song got a lot of B's and
Some vernacular.
yeah, and it's on the hook. So yeah, I recommend don't repost if you got kids around. But you want to know something? If it's just you, yeah, listen to that hoe.
Big facts.
But if it's you and your kid,
Yeah.
think about it
Think
first.
about it first.
You know,
Put the headphones in. Put the
if
AirPods
they're
in.
over 13, I say let it rock. You know what I mean? And my nephew be cursing. I found out, so
Alright. But
it's crazy.
I'll say this too now. Like we can't stop kids from doing certain things, but we can give them the tools to understand how to respond to the things they're doing.
That's a fact.
Um,
That's a fact. And like I was thinking, like one day when I have kids, I'm like, like, um, do I want to curse in front of them? Like, how do I feel about that? And I've decided I'm gonna try not to, but I feel like that's not gonna change anything because South Park exists still,
that part.
still somehow.
And it's wild because I've had to sit with this recently. Everybody isn't aware of everything we're aware of. So
It's a fact.
lately I've been just in this space of always assume they don't know.
Mm,
And that gives you the space to give more grace to others
mm.
and also to just start fresh in every situation. So with that being said, as far as like South Park, even Chappelle Show, there's a whole
Yeah,
generation that doesn't know about Chappelle Show,
that's a fact.
and they don't intend to.
Yeah, that's true.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
and they're very like, "What's this?" It's like one of the greatest comedy shows I ever
yeah,
watched.
ever.
Right?
Yeah, but I honestly feel like because I went back and watched it and it's just as funny now
Oh,
as it was
absolutely.
back then.
Yeah.
But I think if you miss that wave, it might not hit home for you just because the social climate is just so different now and people aren't accepting of every aspect of the Chappelle Show. But that was fire.
Yeah,
at
it,
that
it
time.
wasn't perfect, but
Yeah,
it gave a reference to what could be done.
yeah,
There's not a lot of references for a black man having a show where he's like no holds barred.
yeah,
Then he's also bringing on musical guests and
yeah.
artists
Oh
like
my God,
Kanye
I
just
almost
pop out with
man,
Common,
nigga,
like
I
lit.
what fucking Erica Badu,
Yeah,
bruh.
I was gonna say
That
Erica Knight.
the Erica Badu episode was crazy. I listened
Yeah.
to that. She sang back in the day. I watched it recently, like a couple months ago. You feel me? And I put it on, and I saved the song because it was for some reason it wasn't saved at first. I saved it, And
He
then
saw Erica. I apologize for
yeah,
all. Hi.
like all my music be deleting every new iPhone. So
Yeah.
back in the day, I was like, oh my god, I forgot this song was so great. Saved it again, bumped it, was bumping it every day, and then one day I almost got into a car accident, and it was my fault, but it didn't happen. But now every time I listen to that song, I think about me running that stop sign. But
Goodness.
yeah,
And you
we
think about
good
back
though.
in the day
Back in the day
when things
when
almost went not so good.
when I wasn't driving, when things were actually better,
Mm.
because you could just catch the bus or walk to your man's house. Shout out to middle school, because
less responsibility.
life was so much more simpler. The world was smaller.
It was.
Yeah.
There were less references too.
Yes, it was.
So I think back to I have a clip of our first interview, like on the porch.
Yeah, I know.
Like way back,
Yeah,
right?
Big manifestation.
Big manifestation, right?
Yeah,
so
I know.
to be full circle with it and still creating and still holding on to the vision, no matter what it looked like, good, bad, or indifferent.
Right.
Because like I've in life, I'm saying I say a lot of this because I have to remind myself. Sometimes I was giving advice to people not taking it. So now I also sit with like when I'm saying something, I'm saying it for me too. Because I watch these back in the edit, and then at times I go back like to the first one, and I'm like, yo, you was just talking like bold as I don't know what.
Right.
And like you doing it, bold as I don't know what. And it's just that part. But
I think it's all about not to cut you off. I feel like it's all about, like you were saying with the Chappelle Show, like the representation. And I think that's what you're doing here is, like showing people that you can. And I think without an example, people tend to forget, how like low key easy it is to just do what you say you're going to do. It is hard, and we was talking about this before we started recording. Like it is hard getting to that point of actually executing like what you say you want to do, but as long as you leading with like passion or the right intent, you know what I mean? Like entering into it from like a within kind of angle,
real spiel.
kind of then you get a chance to really do something that you love and appreciate and what other people appreciate. So like that's why I guess niggas is on here right now. Yeah,
Facts.
straight like that.
And it was even wilder is it's hard. I listen to a lot of motivational self-help, right? So I was listening to Les Brown.
Okay.
And he was quoting somebody. So what's cool about self-help is nobody has a patent on any of the self-help.
Right.
And a lot of self-help comes from biblical texts. It comes from Vedic scriptures if you're into Hinduism or whatever. It comes from all these different spaces, right? But truth is truth. If you want a hard life, only do what's easy. Is what he said. And I was like, whoa.
Right. That's a fact.
If you want a hard life, only do what's easy. And when I sat with that, I was like, yeah, every time I only did what came to me and what was easy, and I avoided difficult conversations, and I avoided saying how I felt about something, and I didn't reach out to that person because it felt too hard.
Right.
My life was trash.
Yeah, that's true. That's a fact.
Like Dookie sauce.
Yeah.
Shout out to Chappelle. It was like it was not hitting, right?
Yeah.
When my life got to the point where I was able to say I love it, and where I had things to give others in a way where I wasn't expecting nothing back.
Yeah.
It's because I was doing a lot of hard stuff.
Yeah.
This is hard.
Yeah.
Literally just setting up that thing just now.
Yeah.
But now I got a reference, right?
Now you know that one chord is not
my friend. Right?
On, yeah.
So it's like
you did that.
Without commitment to getting it done. Like I just say it don't gotta be perfect, it gotta get done.
Right.
Because in all the things that I've just gone through, it's like I was showing up at the gym and didn't know how to lift a weight. Right. Like looking dumb. And it was guys that were stronger and I saw them like, and they look intimidating. And then I got to a point where I'm lifting what he lifting. And then we shaking hands, talking to each other about nothing, making small talk now. So it's like, it is all in that consistent effort. This podcast is at the point where I got people reaching out that I don't know, and I'm not sure if I want to work with yet because that wasn't the intention it started with. So to just hold true to the values, I want everybody to understand most of the people you see are individuals I've had genuine connections with. They just also happen to be dope as fuck. Right. So it's not like, hey man, I really like you. I've been watching from before. I've had that, but even with that, the ones that are in that space, they're like in spaces where I'm like, yeah, you touching M's. Like you got a big vision.
Right.
Like you got something that I know this audience will benefit from in a major way. Like, shout out to the Game Plan. Shout out to We Responders Incorporated. Shout out to Joy Education. Shout out to Daily Growth Yoga. Shout out to Sacred House MD. The list goes on. Shout out to Black Male Yoga Initiative. Shout out to all the initiatives in the city. Codetta's Big Shop. It's just so much, and I'm blanking still.
Right.
And that's just in the interviews I've had thus far, right? Shout out to Dr. R and the book that we're gonna have circulating for everybody. Shout out to shout out to John Wells. Major shout out to John Wells.
Shout out John Wells.
That album is nasty, and I'm tired of y'all playing.
He's
But
look,
he different.
Yeah.
He's different. My birth certificate said I'm a fat motherfucker from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, I gotta get that
He's
like,
a dog, yeah.
but it's like it's a whole lot of other lines
Right.
that hit, and there's a lot of places and spaces that he'll take you to through lyrics.
Right.
And that's my thing. Like, an album to take me on a journey.
Yeah.
You know, I like that, and I feel like I was a part of something, you know, like that. You know, something that had to be looked out for.
Yeah.
And it's like one thing I struggle with too, and we talk about this, is like owning who I am. In a certain way. So it's like when niggas like, you dope, I'm like, I don't like you saying I'm dope too much, because then people start looking at me like I owe them something.
Right. That's true. I think that's some Baltimore shit, low key.
It is.
Like, some niggas is arrogant, but then other niggas feel like they are now a lick or some shit for creativity, or like, you know what I mean? And sometimes niggas feel you know, niggas don't want to feel vulnerable in that, in that way of like, you know.
Yo, what you like your shoes, yo?
Yeah,
you really like them shoes, don't you?
What size is them? We've heard that before.
And you get banked a week later, and you're like, who banked me?
Yeah,
it was you like them shoes, and what size is those?
Literally. I was fuck, it's this video on Instagram I seen about like some monkeys or some shit like that. And long story short, was kind of like well, not long story short, this was the story. It was like and I feel like this is in reference to like kind of what I felt like my experience has been, or like really everybody's experience. Maybe not even just Baltimore.
We've had a shared experience.
Yeah, I think maybe just America really in general. And it was kind of like it was basically like, okay, it's 5 monkeys in like a cage, and you know, they put a banana up above a ladder, and they're like, every time a monkey will go up the ladder, they would pull the bananas out, I think, and then just like spray the cage with like water, right? So eventually, everybody did it. All the monkeys did it at once. Eventually, eventually they, you know, stopped doing it completely, because they would beat the shit out of that one monkey who would go do it, because they were like, nigga, what the fuck? So you know, over time they replaced one monkey, you know, each, and you know, like eventually it was no like original monkeys that were in the cage now, because they swapped them all out, but they still had the same kind of mindset of, if you climb that ladder, we beat the shit out you. You know what I mean? And they also took away the water as well. So it's just the action
no
of
needed,
right. It was like, it's just the action of climbing the ladder. We beat the shit out. That's just how it go. You know what I mean? And I feel like that's just how everything is right now. Like,
it's a lot.
We don't know why we do shit. It just is. You know what I'm saying?
And I think automated dysfunction is a problem.
Yeah.
Automated dysfunction is like, it's automatic. Like, I sit with like how degenerative certain things are. Like, I know Takis are going to do something to my stomach acid.
Yeah, it's a fact.
But it's cheap and is accessible.
Yeah.
Doesn't make it right though.
No.
And that's been my big issue, is like a lot of things in our community lately have been this conversation of like, well, you know how they are.
Right.
It's like, yes, I do. And I also know how things change. And his commitment, and his accountability, and his apologies, and his genuine effort, is action more than anything. My apology, if I say, hey man, apologize for the way I treated you, brother. Cause like, brother, like, brother, and I shake your hand, I walk away, and I go talk to somebody like, that nigga's a moron.
Right.
Like, it happens every day. And then it's like, the action follows up to be like, hey man, you got a new job and you ain't told me. Oh nah, man, I don't tell everybody I got a new job. I thought we was brothers again. I thought we apologized.
Yeah.
Nah, man. I mean, don't worry about that, man. That ain't what you think it is.
Yeah,
that
literally.
dude's a moron. It's like it's like enough of them that dudes are morons in secret is truly the energy that's there. And I think even when you spoke on the cage, it's like the cage has an energy.
Right.
If they change the setting, they may act slightly different.
Right.
Right. But I think the latter as well signifies So if they change the setting but put a new ladder,
Right.
they may still have that
The
same
same,
action.
exactly.
So
literally.
it's like wherever you are, like they say, wherever you go, there you are.
Right. Yeah.
It's like
Yeah. Yep.
a lot of times I've been out of town. Oh my god, I did the temperature control thing again.
What you do?
I felt cold for a second, but I've been out of. Maybe I'm just getting chills from talking about it. But I've been out of town with certain individuals, and like I'll be at peace, I'll be chilling, and somebody will be like, "Man, they ain't on nothing good, man." I'm like, "Bro, we isn't nowhere." And I'm not saying don't keep your head on a swivel, or don't be cautious.
Yeah.
I'm still cautious.
Right.
I just know at some moments I can let my guard slightly down.
Yeah.
I'm not saying, hey, look at this 50 bands in the pocket.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
50 on the drip.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that, but I'm saying, bro, we out here getting ice cream at
PTSD hit different,
like
boy.
we out here getting ice cream in Times Square.
Yeah.
And like that's actually pretty paranoid just because of all the people. But we could be out in the country at a farm. Like, man, I don't trust these folks. And and that's, like I said, it's references for trauma too. And that's a bigger thing that I sit with. There's a lot of references for failure that override the references for success.
For sure.
I could say, man, I'm starting this podcast.
Right.
But you know what they do to Brothers with Podcast. It's like, what? It's like Friday when he was like, what do you say? What happened to the last security guards? Oh, you keep asking about the last security guards.
For real.
But this is how energy, like, you know, security guards gonna get beat up. It's like, bro, but you can like call somebody. You can actually do something.
And I also feel like I think in reference to what you're saying about is like examples of people failing, I think that's you know what I mean, and that's where the fear comes from. And I think a lot of people tend to lead with fear, and me too a lot of times. Like I think it's just what we all go through as I don't want to say black men, because I think everyone goes through it, maybe us a bit more, just because, you know what I mean, like that is kind of ways portrayed in like certain medias,
sure.
that, you know what I mean, that if you get to a certain level, then it's up for you, kind of thing, like the Will Smith thing, like the Jonathan Majors things. You know what I mean? Like it's so many, but it's like at the same time, it's like, you know, we don't know what's true when it comes to certain situations, but when it comes to like white men and like the media and whatnot, it's a lot of people who really did some shit.
Yeah, for sure.
That you will never know about. You know what I mean?
Every day. In this very moment. That's why I'm so big on references and documentation.
Yeah.
I give you this, though, and this is what I've leaned into this space with. Be scared and do it anyway.
Right.
Be scared and do it anyway is, I know he connected with everybody in the city.
Right.
But he called me a bitch and spit in my face.
Right.
And I'm using that language in this moment, and I apologize to the people that love me that don't want me speaking that way. But he called me this and spit in my face. I'm gonna have to take some type of reasonable response.
Right.
Reasonable. I'm gonna have to do this with some tact. Right. I'm gonna strategically handle this. Like, that's war at that point, right? Some things are acts of super aggression.
Right.
So it's like with that being said, be scared and do it anyway. Is like, I know the other side ain't pretty, but this side I'm standing in is disgusting. And if I gotta walk around with this side, nah. So like right now, I'm in the space where I saw a little scooter murder scene, like in an era where I'm bipping.
Yeah, that's
like
fact,
like where you don't know who watching you. And so like I seen we hear the K Swift story while we just enjoying the album.
Yeah.
You know, we hear all, like, so be scared and do it anyway is like, I can build the greatest thing in the world, and somebody can come along and say, oh, I don't really care for him, and tear it down overnight. It could have took me 10 years to build it, but I'm gonna build it anyway. Cause it's like, I lean on the reference of Harriet Tubman. Everybody ain't go with Harriet. I lean on the reference of Malcolm X. Like, think about that. Like, he don't got no, like it's a black man ain't got no place in the white man's army. It's black man ain't got no place. Read no books, brother. Black man ain't got no business talking to white folk like that. I'm finna talk to you how you need to be talked to, and y'all gonna have to feel it. Cause what I'm feeling inside of me don't sit right. When I show up to a dentist's office, and they confused about why I need a new retainer. And
I'm about to ask, what is that,
bro?
Why are they mad?
Bro,
like, have you just
let me breathe and explain it properly.
Yeah, I would like to.
All right, let me put on my business clothes.
Let me hear
all right, everyone. So, story time. I was transitioning insurance, because I was getting older. So after the age of 26, you have to change over insurance.
Oh yeah, that sucks.
So my big goal and plan was to use my last bit of insurance to purchase my new Smile.
Oh, okay.
So I started a process. This process was somewhat tedious and confusing, and I ended up having to pay more than I expected.
What? Oh God.
Based on a
And I know they'd be taxing too.
absolutely
I had braces.
based on a false estimate. Someone gave me a false estimate as to how much I would have to pay for my retainer process. It was 16 trays, right?
Okay.
16 trays. I expected some bread.
Yeah.
I was told I was supposed to make a down payment of, I think,
$200.
$800, and then it was supposed to be like $200 payments.
Okay.
All right,
Damn,
this is over the course of 2
What
years.
the fuck is this, Invisalign?
It was. It was like Clear Correct,
Okay, I'm
right?
about to say
It was
that.
Clear Correct to be specific.
Right.
But it was through a dental office.
Right.
So this dental office had the plug. They were the middleman.
Right.
They set it up, right? They had the documentation through with Clear Correct. I had no access to my Clear Correct program. Right. So this dental office has it. I pay it off. I think I pay it off.
Right.
But then my insurance ends.
Okay.
Right. So I paid the part I thought I owed them, right? The insurance ends, and then somebody calls me one day like, "Hey, you have a overdue balance of $500." So now they're playing with my credit, right? So I had
Overdue.
So I had an overdue balance of $500 after paying $1,600.
That's fucking
right.
crazy.
So now they want an extra $500.
Did you get the gear?
It's nasty, right? So
Okay.
I had everything. I went through the process on my final retainer, right? So I'm just chilling at this point. $500 bill with a smiley face at the bottom in purple ink.
That's crazy.
Love you.
No
Love you.
way.
So
That's ugly.
So $2,100 over the course of 2 years. Cool. $2,100 for the next 15 years of a smile I love.
Right.
I'm cool on that, right? I was like, I knew what I was getting into, but I didn't think I would be paying $2,100.
Yeah.
So I said, just let it be. Y'all not about to put no marks on my credit.
Right.
I'm not going for all that nonsense.
Right. So you paid it.
I paid it.
Right.
Paid it off.
Because what can you say? What can you do about
Right.
that? Right.
So I pay it off, and I don't realize there's a switch in ownership. Now they let me know there's a switch in dental offices.
Oh my God. Yes.
So the last dental office had my Clear Correct program. That is finished, supposedly. But there was no conversation with me about the switch, and there was no conversation with me about how my Clear Correct plan was handled.
That's probably because there was no conversation with them about.
Right.
Right. Nuts.
So as I'm exiting, I think I will say this. I had the opportunity to buy extra retainer for $125. But after spending $2,100, right? After spending $1,600, like, y'all can't just give me an extra one?
Yeah, the fuck.
So I put it off, and that was on me.
Right.
So as I enter the new space and get my teeth clean, and find out all of this information, and I paid my $500 or whatever, right? I'm in this new space. I'm like, cool. I was wondering if I get an extra retainer. They tell me I need to pay $300 because I have to get my teeth. I have to get something. I have to get a new molding. Right? They say you got to get a new molding, and you got to go through all this.
The molding is like that rubber. Like,
bro, it's street dentists. If y'all know some street dentists, put me on.
Yeah,
at this point, I'm like, I need somebody to look out. I'll give you a brand sponsorship at this point. Like, if we can barter, because not $2,100, bro.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Like, I was ready to go in there and do some things that are unbecoming. But I'm not gonna let
Give
a
me
moment.
All your returners in this bitch. I need everybody retainer.
Right?
Take your retainers out.
Why did he go crazy that day? He just walked in the dental office yelling.
Take the
After you paid
out.
$2,100 when you only supposed to, when your insurance was supposed to cover it.
Yeah, that's nuts.
After you paid $2,100 when you was only supposed to pay $1,600.
Yeah.
When you kind of thought you spent $800 because of how they talked to you.
Yeah.
They faked you out.
Yeah.
Right? That's why people spaz.
Yeah.
So I'm glad that I can do it in this space, and I can do it with a clear mind, because I know what I'm giving you right now. Have it, right? But like I said, I paid more than I wanted to, and I recently lost the last retainer. Last Friday.
Right.
So here I am this morning looking in the mirror and see the gap in the middle of my teeth, angry because I called Monday, because they're closed on the weekends, right? Dental offices are closed.
Of course.
I called Monday, and I speak to a receptionist who tells me, well, I don't know what we can do. I was like, is there anybody I can talk to? Sure, I let a person know. They let this person know. They call me to get my side of the story. I tell them the same thing I told you. I am not looking to pay more than I have to. If there's any way you can get me in contact with the old regime,
Right.
the old company, so I
Right.
can get my information, at least go directly to the source, right?
Exactly.
Let me know.
Mhm.
Let me know, Clear Correct.
Mhm.
Let me know if there's any way I can deal with anybody directly. Because
Sorry,
even,
clear-
bro,
to
even
direct-
with these big
directly.
sites, right? Even with these
Right.
big sites, at this point, you got to talk to a chat box. You got to go to a help support page with 1,000 questions that were previously asked that don't got nothing to do with your unique situation.
Yeah.
So it's hard to get in contact with somebody directly. So I guess you got to shout businesses out directly these days.
Literally.
So shout out to Clear Correct and shout out to Glow Dental,
Yes.
our cosmetics. Shout out to y'all. Major love. So, like I said, I ended up paying more than I wanted to. They told me $300 the last time. I'm saying, I'm not going for that.
That's
So I'm
crazy.
like, can y'all just get me in contact? This man calls me at 8 o'clock to give me the number of the last dentist.
Oh my God.
I get in contact with him
Right.
Tuesday morning
Yeah.
because it was night. I'm not going to text him at night. He also told me, wait till tomorrow to text him.
Mhm.
This individual also told me that they could do a molding Wednesday.
Okay.
So it's a lot of just random
Yeah,
things you're saying.
yeah,
You
right.
really want me to do the molding. You really
Yeah.
don't want me to go through, but you're going to let the Negro,
Mm.
you're going to let him go run around the mulberry bush.
Right.
Because you just think he's not intelligent.
Yeah.
You know, so you're going to let him run around the mulberry bush and do your thing because y'all going to get paid either way. Insurance companies pay y'all out the wazoo.
Yeah. Literally.
Right?
Yep.
Because it's endless money, right?
Mhm.
So he's like, oh, yeah, so such and such does it Wednesday, but we may have to schedule another. So you just putting space in between. You know my retainer gone. I'm not
Yeah.
going. Of course,
Yeah,
I'm at dire straits because
that's
my retainer's
crazy.
gone.
They-
right?
yeah,
You going to
what?
finesse me?
That's
Oh, you going to
crazy.
finesse the Negro?
What? That's
Who paid
nuts.
$2,000 for his teeth? He
They're
gonna pay
like-
you $300 more for the new
Wow.
retainer. You gonna hold his retainer hostage. That's what you gonna do.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
They're like, yo, actually,
Yo.
wait another month.
Wait another
so it
month.
could get worse, and you have to be on the plan for even longer to get your.
Bro, and then when he
That's
shows
crazy.
up Thursday morning after not receiving a text from the previous dentist who he sent it to Tuesday, who
Right.
responded, yo, I'll check into, I can show y'all the receipts because I love receipts.
Right.
I don't play about receipts.
That's crazy.
After I text him Tuesday morning, he texted me back Thursday. After I text him again after leaving the dentist's office, because I had to go to the dentist's office and talk to him in person.
Yeah.
Right?
Got
And I speak to the receptionist who said she wasn't there.
you.
She never heard of me. I told you my name in full.
Good Lord.
Oh, you didn't see me? Oh, you're the first person I talked to.
Mm.
So I come in there like, is anybody I can talk to? No, everybody's gone for the holiday. I'm only here to do things for insurance. Oh,
Yo,
you're only here for
what?
insurance. I said, is there anybody that can help me with this smile that is now shifting? Is there
Right,
anybody?
Right.
Right? No. We can't. I'll let you know we can get anything.
And
now.
you
Okay,
don't
let
want to
me
go
know.
off on
I
the
don't want to
lady,
go
yo,
off on the
'cause you know
lady.
she ain't
It's
doing
really
it.
not her problem.
Yeah, right.
But when you fake like you don't have answers, I have an issue.
Right.
When you fake like you didn't speak to me, I have an issue.
Yeah.
I'm not dumb.
Right.
And I don't like when people treat anybody like they're dumb. It's not a race thing. I don't like seeing you fill it in. I don't like seeing
Right.
anybody treated like they're dumb.
Right.
So I was being treated like I was dumb.
Yeah.
And I
Literally.
recorded a video in the office with her after the fact. Because I had a conversation with her in the most polite way I could because I'm
Yeah.
very frustrated at this
Yeah,
point.
because
I
you
s-
have spent so much money.
Bro, I spent so
and
much.
time.
I'm calling in, I'm getting like halfway answers. I go in person, I speak to you, I'm looking you in the eyes, you looking me back in mine, and you telling me lies. Tell me lies, tell me lies. You tell me lies. So as I'm sitting there, I'm just like, okay, I'm standing there because I'm not sitting. I'm
Yeah,
standing
at this
there,
point, you're
like kind of like
right.
standing there,
Couldn't contain yourself, you
fuming,
sitting down,
right?
cap.
And I'm just like, okay, I just want to know, like, has anybody said anything to you? No, I haven't talked to Avi. I said, oh, you didn't talk to the one you gave me the number of.
Oh my god.
Oh, you didn't talk to the individual who reached out to me, and I have the timestamp of when he reached out. It was like 8:40, and he apologized for calling me so late, and he told me how he was helping. And it's Thursday, and I don't have no sense of when I can get a new retainer. So it's like at this point, I'm just at a loss, and y'all gonna have to take something for this.
Yeah.
Like I may have to boycott. Yeah, there was picket
Boycott.
signs. No, you don't want your teeth done here. Yeah, I'm really just like, I want y'all to have a reference for this. Bad service is bad business.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Especially when you're in the service industry.
That's a fact.
Everything is about people first, man.
Mm-hmm.
Even when we made the album,
Yeah.
plug in this. Even when we made the album,
Right.
We made these songs thinking about how women would feel hearing it,
Literally.
how dudes going through it would feel it,
Yeah.
hearing it. Grown mealy mouth like some kids. They saying how
Yeah.
you, but give a, by how you feel.
That's so
Good
funny.
morning.
That's like one of my favorite songs. Somebody told me that was one of their least favorite songs. On the Way is one of my least favorite songs on the album. I love them all. But somebody just told me the other day that was their favorite song.
On the Way.
Yeah,
that's
it's
funny.
Like, but you know, it's because
it's fake freaky.
Yeah, what is it?
it's tight freaky. Shout out to the shorties.
That's why
that inspired
that's
that.
What I'm saying. It's our perspective,
Yeah.
bro. But you can't make everybody happy, but at least try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Niggas do not be fucking trying. They just be like, let me get my money and go, bro.
And it's like I love it because it lives so much within me. We not gonna connect with everything that we write.
Yeah.
But when I look back at God is in the flesh, got me nervous.
Whoa,
I'm
every
impressed.
time, bro.
You done
It
been
go
around the
crazy.
sun more than anyone. I'm like, hey,
Around the sun.
around the sun, like that part.
That shit crazy.
It is like I get irritated because
Magic.
in my experience, me personally, a lot of things take me away from the things I love.
Yeah.
Having to deal with this somehow took me
Yeah.
away from the things I
Right.
love this
Can't
morning.
even enjoy the regular shit of the day because you
I
got
just got a slight tab open. Like
Yeah.
the
Oh
Chrome,
my
the
God.
Chrome is overloaded. How do I'm clicking, finding resources. Is there anybody that can help me with this?
Pop-ups
It just
going.
happens to be Easter weekend.
Yeah.
Y'all make me wait till Thursday when I could have pulled up anywhere on Monday to figure this out just to get another process started.
Yes.
Maybe I should have doubled down. I shouldn't have put my trust. And again, this is on me.
Right.
Like, I'm accountable. I know I lost my retainer. I also know that I lost my retainer while I was working at a school and I was given food and I didn't have my
Put it in
case
a
on me and I put it in a napkin in my
No,
pocket
not the
and I savaged
napkin.
myself.
They say don't do that with your girls. They say never put your
Absolutely.
girls in the napkin.
It's gone. It's trash
I've
after
seen
that.
that happen to
Oh,
somebody.
easily.
Yeah.
I've thrown away the napkin.
Yeah.
And I might have threw away the napkin.
Yeah.
That's how sad it is.
Dang, yo.
It's sad. And I had it for 2.5 years. I think I started in 2021. 2.5 years I've
That's
been
crazy.
doing this process.
Yeah.
I know better than that.
Mhm.
But when I say like, hey, Marcus, you know better than that, boy. You know better than
But
that.
it's just that one time. Where you
That's just
like,
one it's all it
It's
takes.
all it takes is one time.
He said, let me just take it off one time.
I'm just putting this back. I'm gonna remember that
y-
it's in this napkin. I'm gonna put the napkin in my pocket, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna be fine. Once later, when I see the napkin, I'm gonna realize, oh my, you know, whatchamacallit's in here, and I'm gonna
He
put
dirtied
it
himself.
back in his case.
He's kicking
But
his
then you
own.
reach into your pocket and you're like, why is this trash in my pocket?
This trash in my pocket.
Throws the trash away.
Thinking you being economical. I'm saying economical. I'm talking about a word. I'm trying to find a word.
Economically
eco-friendly. Yeah,
eco-friendly.
whatever you been. Yeah, whatever it is. Whatever.
Yeah.
I'm angry.
Yeah.
I'm angry, and I'm not gonna claim that. I am grateful to have a space where I have a voice that's being heard.
Yeah,
I'm grateful to be able to share that story. Don't put y'all retainers in a napkin.
yeah.
I'm
Don't
grateful
do
to
that.
let
Or your
y'all
girls.
know that you do not want to do business with individuals who are shady in that way.
Yeah, but you
Um,
never know though.
Yeah, you're not gonna know till you
read
know.
the reviews, man.
Yeah.
Read the reviews. Sometimes they let you know. Sometimes people go in there and had that same experience. You should write a review, bro.
Oh yeah, this is coming.
Let them know. You know what
I
mean?
was very perturbed.
yeah,
And
perturbed for sure.
disturbed,
Yeah.
and I was just so appalled by the treatment and the gumption of the
Yes,
secretary
definitely.
to tell me
The
such
audacity.
falsehoods,
Uh,
the audacity,
goodness.
the unmitigated gall.
Gotta let them know,
It was
man.
so just disrespectful, and I was offended.
Mm.
I was just highly offended. I know someone will be highly offended by this. How do you go in the office and talk like that in front of a secretary?
Yeah.
She's just such a good person. I'm not saying she's a bad one. I understand that people have jobs to do.
Yeah.
And that's not in her job. Her job is not to get me a retainer.
Right.
But don't lie to me.
Yeah.
Just tell me, look, we ain't got nothing for you. And my big thing is like, even when I was working jobs like that, I would go as far as I could. I would be like, well, I think you could talk to this person, you can talk to that person.
right.
I was just send a text.
Yeah.
I know and look, I might even send a text to the person like, look, I know you on vacation, but this guy is really serious about this thing he's going through, and he's been a customer for a long time. This is a new regime again. This is a new business. They don't know me, but I've gone to this dentist since I was like 12.
Right.
So I already was in. I was
Yeah, I'm
with
in
the
the
old
system.
joint. I already was in a system.
I already didn't
forever, like,
the regime
bro,
4 times already. you
They
know?
got a
I'm
picture, and
gone.
they used to brag like the one of the dental assistants had
Yeah.
been there the whole time I was growing up. She was
Right.
fine. How you doing? If you seeing this, you know, my heart. But
Shit, you better holler at us, bro.
bro,
Get that,
shout out,
get that,
shouts out.
that good old
Hey, that
free service,
hey,
bro.
that back end. But look, what I'm saying overall is I had such a long history with them that it ends in this way, and I'm irritated. And I mean, I never forget that I'm black because I'm from Baltimore first.
Right.
I'm from Baltimore. Like I know everywhere I go, that's what they see. Verse for real.
Literally.
It is what it is.
So they here first.
So it's like I understood the assignment. I understood the perception of me when I'm even in there because I checked out. I knew I had to leave a little quicker because I'm like, she already fake offended and she
Yeah.
already got that little look on her face like this about her, and it's really not. It's just about the situation. And like I said, they had a picture of me when I first got my braces, bro. You remember when I got my braces back in like 5th, 6th grade?
That was hard. I was a fan. I was like, this nigga got braces. That shit tough.
I hated that.
Sure.
My mother made everything crunchy
Oh.
at that time. I remember the first time,
Yo,
bro.
That's crazy.
When I first got the braces, I wasn't hip.
My mother made
I was
everything
like,
crunchy.
yo, and I was, when I tell y'all I was gluttony, my mother cooked everything. Y'all probably been seeing the food I post from time to time now. That's a tip of the iceberg, man.
Yeah.
Dude, we finished hooping. My mother just got chicken boxes when they're ready.
Chicken
box. She made the chicken boxes. She didn't go buy them.
Yeah.
She just had extra chicken wings in the crib. That's just what it was.
She put them things in a box and they taste better than the carryout.
And look, that's my thing too. You don't gotta be rich to live like that.
That's a fact.
You just gotta have skill. My mother was a talented individual.
Yeah.
So she just got busy with she bought the phone boxes,
Yeah,
right? She had the salt and pepper package just cause she just that type of person.
Yeah.
So
attention to detail, man.
With braces, though?
Yeah. She did not care about that though.
She said, y'all hungry? Because we had just left the dental office and it was a long day. My mother's a beautician, so she already had her own schedule. She was working before she had picked us up from school to go to the dental orthodontist to get the braces put in. The process to get the braces, I had to go to like 7, 8 meetings, sitting across the desk from this older individual who just was like, you know, this is a very serious process. I was like, what am I signing up for?
Right.
Like, you taking my soul?
Yeah.
What's going on?
They be trying to put that fear into you.
Yeah.
Which rightfully
I
so,
needed it. Because that's why I'm 27 mad about retainer right now.
You're right.
Yeah, so shouts out to him. So you're going to learn a lesson. Oh, I've learned this lesson before.
Yeah, he tried his best.
Absolutely. He did what he could. But it is what it is. It's a cycle that's continuous, and that's why I'm big on accountability. Everything I've said, I take full accountability for. There was no part in it that I'm not responsible for. Yeah. I'm responsible for doing business with them. I'm responsible for not doing due diligence and like knowing there was a transfer over. I'm responsible for my insurance ending. It's no part that I don't take accountability for.
Right.
I don't like people that give with a closed hand. Don't act like you giving me something or you helping me in this cap.
Yeah.
Like, hey man, you know I really want you to be on this cast, man. And when the joint go off, yo, can you give me $50?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Strange.
Not only are their hands closed, they're like moving it. They're like, no, like what? Come on, bro.
Yeah, because I know you want me to post these, but like I'm gonna need like $100 from you before I start posting and everything.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And I'm gonna need $20 every time I post a reel. So I think I'm gonna post them like 3, so it's like 160.
People really be like that. Though.
Yo,
I already know.
I've been in the DMs. That's why I created this space.
Yeah.
I literally created this because I was talking to an influencer when we first was starting out. I think I had yams going. This is a real old plug. I had yams going. And I just wanted girls to shake their butt to it.
Right.
I wasn't wavy enough for girls to shake their butt to yams at that time. I'm wavy now, though. I'm taking the shirt off. And whoever want to be in that yams video, let me know.
Pull back up.
Let me know. Spin the block. Yeah, we out here. You know, I got baby oil. I got a pool, whatever you need, shorty. Whatever you need. Whenever that's got to happen. But
bring your friends so you don't
bring
feel
your friends so you don't feel alone.
Yeah.
And we protect black women.
It's community.
I protect black women.
Yeah.
So please bring me anything that I need to know. Because I'm dead serious. I'm very intentional about that. I have a lot of women in my family, and I don't. They hold me accountable. So, yeah. But sitting with that is like, I had yams out. I hit up this influencer. I'm like, yeah, can you do a post with this song? She's like, I really like it. I was like, oh, word, cool. She's like, yeah, $20 for a story, $50 for a post on the page. $100 for a month of the post ban, $50 only for a week. I was like, oh, so you got it's already a list of things she sends to people.
Business, huh?
And I was like, I did this. At first I was like, why is she charging so much? If she liked the song, I was like, oh. I said, now why is she charging so much? I said, how do I charge that much? So then I saw the review of our joint, right? Okay. I was like, okay, I don't even know this guy.
Right.
Shouts out to bro though. I was like, okay, you reviewed our joint. Okay, cool. Yeah. I said, how do I review my joint without needing him?
But you could kind of tell sometimes when people are doing it because they like it or doing it because you paid them.
If they doing it because they like it, you don't gotta ask them for nothing.
That's true.
I mean, they don't ask you for nothing.
Right.
Like, hey man, I really love what you're doing out in the streets, man. I love to see what you're doing. Could you volunteer sometime? Why would I volunteer time to something you pay big corporations for?
Right.
You disrespecting me.
Yeah.
And I gotta say it in that way because at this point, we are in a business era where everything is monetizable.
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah.
So me just shouting out the names I shouted out, I just gave them traction. Good, bad, or indifferent. Somebody may go to them because they want to, I'm going to support y'all dentistry because y'all didn't let that black guy have it.
Yeah.
Forget him.
Right.
You know, that's a thing. So it's like, when I sit with the reality that we sitting in, I'm fine with you charging what you charge, but also understand when you charge what you charge, give me great service or give me some service I can go tell somebody else about because I ain't got no issue bigging up good business.
Right.
Everybody I shouted out earlier, they have done good business with me or they do good work.
Right.
Keeping Hopes Alive is good business. Black Male Yoga Initiative is good business, right? And it's like everybody won't feel great about things, but I know the values. And when your value says everybody's on vacation, we got no answer for you, but you told me Monday you could figure something out, I love you. I love you. As I grip this mic and almost crack it in half, I love you.
Yeah.
But I love me more.
Yeah,
and I love the people that support me. And I love the people who are out here trying to figure it out. And I was trying to figure it out when I found $2,100 to fix my smile.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure it out. I just knew that certain things don't work with certain gaps in my mouth. Right. And it's not to say that I'm vain. I just understand that I couldn't get women to dance for me with yams because I was too chubby in the face. I knew what it was. I knew the game.
You think so?
I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. I got treated so weird in that era. Okay. So weird. And I can only, it's like, it's not something tangible, so everybody won't understand it. And then it's like, when I yell it, I seem emotional. But
well, I mean,
I've seen it, bro. And the passion part, everybody don't respect passion. Some people limit passion to that nigga's mad. Just straight up.
That's true.
Black men are not allowed to be emotional.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Like, you hurting him. Yeah. He's right, you're hurting him. He can't breathe. Yeah. How else can I say it? I'm gonna say, hey man, he can't breathe. He can't breathe, man. Hey, bro. Hey, man, he can't breathe.
I wrote this formal letter to let you know.
I wrote this formal letter to let you know that he can't breathe as your knee is on his neck for 8 minutes.
Right.
Black men are not allowed to have emotion, and that's my issue.
Yeah.
I got black boys in schools having tantrums and giving psych meds when he was just exploding about the fact that the teacher hasn't seen him for 3 years. Yeah. And the first time he raised his hand, he couldn't read and he stuttered and somebody called him a name.
Right.
Like, that's a problem.
Perspective, bro.
And he still chose not to shoot up the school.
Yeah.
He internalized and killed himself.
Yeah.
There's stories like that.
Yeah.
To this day.
You never know what niggas going through, bro.
Son, they don't know what I'm going through when you send me a check, when you send me a request for $500 with a thank you at the bottom after I pay $1,600.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I was going through a lot at that moment.
The lack of empathy.
I was going through so much at that moment that when I got a $500 request from people that already got $1,600 from me, and they also didn't throw in an extra retainer just for niceties.
Yeah. Because it can't cost that much.
It's
plastic, bro.
It was a piece of plastic.
It's plastic, bro.
I was joking with somebody like, if I had a screen printer, a 3D printer, a 3D printer, we could have printed one up and I could have found a way to mark the edges. Like, if I just literally got the graphics to what it was, we could have remade one.
Right.
Like, I know people with 3D printers.
Yeah.
I went to a school where we had one.
Yeah.
So this is the part where I get irritated because my blackness is understood by perceptions. I've been in spaces where perception is so high that they don't even think I'm from Baltimore.
Right.
They don't put the two together. I'm very much from Baltimore. East Baltimore to be specific. To be Pacific.
She ain't seen me.
What we eating for lunch? What's good?
Yeah.
That's who it is.
Hey, Ma, I tried to.
You want to get out? We got a call. We'll take a little commercial break.
Commercial break, baby.
I'm still on the mic.
Oh, you look.